Morning and welcome to another hiking with me. Today we're starting off at the village of Scalford. We're going to be doing the Wycomb Trig point. Today's walk should be around about 10-11 miles, but knowing me it'll be ending up about 12, 13, maybe 14 miles. It'll probably be that long because I've got Wayne with me and he always likes short walks and they always end up being at least 50% more than I've actually planned. But we're just heading out of Scalford. I can't remember where the bloody hell we are. It's too early in the morning and we're heading down School Lane at the moment. So as you head down School Lane, you're soon out on the dirt tracks and then you turn left here. It's easily signposted and I think we're all dressed a bit too much because we've got our coats on and everything like that and it's actually remarkably warm. So coming to the disused train line, that my first option was to try and get up there and walk along it. And I think we might be lucky. There seems to be a gate just here. I think if we go through here, we might be able to get up there. Actually, I don't think it's a gate. No, it's not a gate. So it's wrong there. So I want to try and get up there, but if you look at the top, there's all barbed wire along there, isn't there? We're hoping to get up onto the train line up there. It's a disused train line before you think we're going to be trespassing. But if we could get up there, it'd be brilliant. But it looks like we're going to be leaving it and heading through here. When you go onto the fields, I think we come up to another disused train line just up here. And I'm hoping that we can pick a train line up soon. But the second choice is just going along the canal, which is going to be very nice as well. Oh, well, I got that bit wrong. It's not a canal, you know what my map reading's like. It's a Scalford brook. You can't really see it down there, but according to the map, Scalford brook is just in there somewhere. Can't really see it on this camera, but the brook is just down there. I'll probably put it up on my phone. Hang on a second. As you walk around the edge of the field and by Scalford brook, the path veers to your right and you see a little bridge. This takes you over Scalford brook. And it basically looks like an OSJ, this. But it's not, it's actually made of wood. And I think up there, or around here somewhere, is the disused train line. There's a couple of train lines around here, but I'm sure we'll miss them all. I'm actually thinking about changing this YouTube channel from Hiking With Me to Lost in Leicestershire, because it covers a multitude of different things, like finding all the lost things. In fact, I think it's going to be around here before we go any further. And being lost. Perfectly timed. The path along is a little bit awkward because the farmer's gone and sown his crop on part of the path. It's typically nice and clear now, but it looks like he's planted crops. I don't know, cabbage, Brussels, green crops.
Maybe Brussels.
Farmer Wayne reckons it's green crops.
It might be Brussels for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, so if anybody knows what this is, the green crops, it'd be brilliant to hear, because we're both horticulturists. We're now going to be leaving the path. We've been heading up, just up there to Melton Spinney. We're going to be picking up Melton Road or Melton Spinney Road. So it's just going to head through there now. Hopefully according to my map, there's a nice path through there. I miss Wayne going over that. It's my turn now. Yeah, it's recording now. God, this is rickety. So now heading to Melton Spinney. So once you're on through Melton Spinney, you come out onto Melton Spinney Road and you turn right, being attacked by a bramble. So luckily there's no cars around here. We're heading down there for no more than a mile. Got a bit of an issue at the moment. We're heading to Twin Lakes because the route that we want to take is blocked off by the ring road they're building around Melton Mowbray. So hopefully we can get over there somewhere, but at the moment there's a big fence. I can see where we've got to go, but just can't get there. Ready? Why have they got a sign up there? We're back to geocaching style now. Don't know where we are. Still got Twin Lakes over there, but we're going to head over there to Thorpe Arnold. There's the Twin Lakes train line. There's a little train over there that we could probably borrow.
I want to walk on the train.
And it heads down there.
Like in that film, Stand By Me.
Wayne wants to reenact Stand By Me, so we've got to find the bridge where we have to run across it as the steam train comes along. I'll have to play the music from Stand By Me. Is that Benny King, Stand By Me? We now came off the train line, although it's basically a model train line, well, for kids. We're going to try and cross over here somewhere. Don't know really where. But Wayne's usually good at finding places like this. Oh God, just being chased by a sheep. Gordon Bennett. I literally jumped that fence. A sheep. Oh, hang on a second. So once you've been chased by the sheep, got to work our way through here, and the path should be over there somewhere. One of the reasons why we're going this way is because they're building the bypass there, and unfortunately they're blocked off our path, so we're having to go this way instead. But we're not far from the footpath itself. And so the path used to be round there somewhere, but we're not far from it. In fact, I think if we head over that gate, I think we might be. Hang on a second. So our path is being blocked by that. So we're going to work around here down this path and hopefully get down there. So that is one of the reasons why we went through Twin Lakes, was the building that. So we've been walking for I don't know how long. We've only just started up there. I think, looking at the map, we're almost back en route now. So just following around here, we've got a balancing pond just down there for the drain off for the new road. Well, our route took us, once we actually got off the building site, in fact there's a heron over there that you can't see on the camera, but there's a heron. Cross over, and we're now officially back on the path. And there's the yellow way marker just up there. They're really making it challenging around here, but I think we're coming onto the road now. Let's just check, is this through here? I've gone to my map, and like, I'm not very good at map reading. We're on the Earthworks I was looking for, but I can't actually see any ruins around here, or literally anything, apart from a field. I was going across this slightly dodgy path, bridge. Gordon Bennett. Looks like there used to be something around here. This looks like it used to be like some sort of old fort or something. Hang on a second, can't turn it off, I need both hands. But it looks like something used to be here somewhere. That bit I mentioned about the earthworks earlier is actually here. So we need to head that way somewhere. So no idea what these earthworks are about. I'll probably have a look and do a bit more research into it. But you never know. I know we go through a medieval village later on. Oh, well, we're now at St Mary the Virgin Church in Thorpe Arnold. We're going to see if we can go inside, have a look at all the markings and see if we can find a benchmark. Probably won't be able to find any or get inside, but it's always worth a try. Just outside Melton Mowbray sits the peaceful village of Thorpe Arnold, and at its heart, the lovely church of St Mary the Virgin. Part of it dates back to the Norman period with later medieval additions. It's one of those quiet Leicestershire churches where time seems to slow down, full of old stonework, warm pews and deep sense of history. But I don't think we're going to get into this. Like most churches nowadays, this seems to always be locked up, but it's nice to know what might be in there. There's a very worn benchmark at St Mary the Virgin's church. Could have almost missed that. This is a nice entrance to the church, but I can guarantee it will be locked. But can't even get in. Gordon Bennett, the protecting evil spirits here. Can't see anything around the door. Nice autumnal scene. Let's see if it's unlocked. Another church locked. Oh well, some more road closures because of the bypass. But we're going to see if we can actually get through here. Well, I'm sure we can get through here. Like Wayne says, this is just an advisory notice. And we're going to squeeze, well, it's not even a squeeze. We're going to go through here. Well, that wasn't hard. More of the Melton bypass, well, the Melton Mowbray bypass. So we're going to walk up down there and hopefully we're going to turn left and head down there. And we're going to head over near that wind turbine over there. Like most of my walks, there's always a busy road that you're going to walk along. We're now heading out to Melton Mowbray on the Saxby Road. We've got to walk along here for about a quarter of a mile, which isn't too bad, but it's still not a pleasant walk along these roads. But up here on the right hand side, there should be a footpath. It'd be quite funny if people thought I was holding a speed camera. Oh, back into GeoWizard mode. We've got to get across here now, even though this is actually a public right of way. We've got to get through here somehow. I'll let Wayne take the lead just in case there's a big ditch or a hole or muddy bog. Not the easiest going. But we can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're not far out of all this. It's a bit like when we're looking for the train line for the Inglesby tunnel. Beginning, that was very much like this. But we're out now. After you walk down Lags Lane, which is blocked off, and across Saxby Road, which is also blocked off, we pick up the footpath towards Brentingby, moving towards Brentingby and Wyford, and then Freeby. Amazingly, each one of these churches has its own St Mary's church. Then from there, we're going to head over to Freeby Wood. But first of all, let's get to Brentingby, which is just over there in the distance. Wayne's going to climb this, so I'm going to earn £250 here, and if he climbs it, I won't have to share it. What's in there? Oh, Gordon Bennett, there's a load of hundreds. Well, there's a few ladybirds there. In fact, if you look inside, it's like ladybird heaven. So there's all the cables. Never looked inside one of these before. So that's up inside a wind turbine. The amount of ladybirds, it's unbelievable. Look at them all. So that's the ladybird high rise. But probably won't see on the camera, but you might be able to see Wayne at the top there waving. I'm getting dizzy. So if you can look carefully, you'll see Wayne just up there. We took the wrong path, obviously, so we had to go diagonally back through here, over this bridge. I should be at Brentingby very shortly. Just thinking, around this area, you've obviously got Melton Mowbray, you've got Freeby, Brentingby, Wyfordby, Wonder what the B means. Is it anything to do with like Roman settlements or medieval settlements around here? But there's quite a few villages around here ending with the word B or BY. Right, then you got AB, Kettleby. In fact, the more you think of it, the more there is. So if you know about it, let me know. At the moment, we're walking through West End Farm, heading over towards the church. So it looks like we're coming into a quaint little old village down here, and there's the church, just in the distance. Actually, when I say in the distance, it's not that far, it's literally just there. We're not having a lot of luck with churches today. Just got to the church at Brentingby, which I thought was going to be called St Mary's Church, after I did all my research, but it's actually been converted into a house, so not much looking at that one. So we're now going to head over to the next place, which is going to have a look, Wyfordby. Not too sure what this is, whether it's a boundary marker, mile marker. There's nothing on there, can't see anything, but it's probably a boundary marker. And found the benchmark just in the corner there. But like most of the churches, it's locked. It's got a nice graveyard. But St Mary's Church is a small medieval church dating back to the 13th century. Like usual, I can't get inside, but from the outside you can see the solid stone walls and the square west tower. And there's traces to the late Victorian work. It's a quiet spot tucked away with a real sense of age and calm about it, which is completely true. So quiet round here, but we could do with like a little bench. We're going an easy route instead of walking across the fields. We're just walking down Saxby Lane, and about 5 minutes down here we should be coming to a public right of way that would be turning left and heading over to Freeby. And again, if anybody knows what the BY, the B in all these villages is, let me know. So after you've been walking down the busy Saxby Road for a while, you come to this public footpath sign, and on the left hand side should be, in fact there's the gap, just there. So got to try and cross over without dying. And basically the gap in the hedge is just here. And there's no electric fence, which is unusual. I'll let Wayne go first, just in case there is. They ought to have things like that for humans, shouldn't they? You know, it's just slide it up and you can climb through.
I've got my arm in the fucking bush. Cheers, my friend.
Oh, that's easy. Once you cross over there, you see another yellow way marker diagonal across the field, and you just aim for that. Typical of a farmer, walking across the field, keeping on the path, and the farmer's put this fence right in front there. There's no way getting across. Don't actually know how you're going to get over there. Knowing the farmer, it's got 1,000 volts flowing through it, but there's literally no way across there. But Wayne's going to volunteer and touch it. Well, he's only had 2 electric shocks today, so he's due for another one.
2, so I touch it.
Oh, we made it across that fence, but just looking around, it's lovely seeing all the different coloured leaves and the time of year, even though it's a little bit cooler, although we're still sweating. We're being watched or stared at by 2 horses there. There's a horse down there looking at us, but I think we've got to go round here somewhere, obviously. But it looks like we're going into it looks like we're going into somebody's garden now. I can say this is actually a proper footpath.
Are we on the footpath? Properly on?
Don't know whether you can actually hear this. But that's ticking. I think it's arcing on something around there. God, that sounds loud.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't do that anymore. You can have to go through the middle bit. Or lay down on the grass and go through it.
Bristles. God, take me some. Am I clear?
No, you need to put your hand on it because it's boring. You didn't get electrocuted this time. That horse is coming.
We're not doing too well today. Wayne's had 2 electric shocks from the electric fences, and I've had 2.
In the bollock.
And one of them was a place where you don't actually want to have an electric shock. As I was climbing over the fence, it sort of went straight through. So whether I can still have children or not, I don't know.
Nope.
We're just coming to Freeby now, a small village in Leicestershire with a population of around 244. Its name comes from an Old Norse meaning, Freath, farm. Ahead is the medieval church of St Mary, dating from the 14th century, and throughout the parish there are historic sites like moated villages and Wyford and Stapleford. Freeby has deep agricultural roots connecting it to the Hardtop family, and even the hymn writers Isaac Watts preached here. It's a village where history quietly shapes the landscape around you. I just had a quick little look and found out that the BY or the B is Old Norse for a farm or settlement. So that didn't take long. But if you can find any other reasons why it's got BY at the end, you can let us know. But let's see if we can actually get into this church. So let's see if we can get in here. No.
That's failure. All failure.
Not having a lot of luck today. That's 4 churches. And basically they're all closed. Well, actually 3 churches are closed and 1 was converted into a house. But now we're going to have a look for the next benchmark. Once you leave Freeby, you head up Freeby Lane towards Waltham. But before you get to Waltham, you bear left along a public right of way, and that should eventually take us to the Trig point, and then we're not far from the pub. So hopefully after all these churches that are being closed, hopefully the pub's open. When you've been walking down Freeby Lane for about a mile, you'll eventually come to a public footpath sign on the left-hand side, just past Freeby Woods. So on the left, you go through this gate, well, this fence, and I think you have to head straight over there where Wayne's walking, which we follow Wayne. We go along the, pardon me, we go along there. And so when you go through the gate, you just walk by the side of the hedge, and this will eventually take us to, I don't know, some road, then we turn right. So walk along here for about a quarter of a mile. Not a lot happening on this video today, so I'm just going to say, once you're going to cross this field, you go through this gap in the hedge. And you keep along here until you get to another road. But by the looks of it, another not very easy path to go through. And I don't know how you're going to get through here. But just up there you can see the road. There's a half decent path just walking around the edge of the field instead of going through. But just notice around here, the farms don't make it easy for you going across their land. Not with electric fences, barbed wire fences, basically fences. It's like they don't actually want you on your land, on their land. So we cut across the field, so instead of walking up Woodford Lane, we cut across the field, which cut off about 80 foot. And now we're coming on to the A607. And there should be, the footpath should be going up there somewhere. Not entirely sure where, but I think it's around there somewhere. Let me just check my map. We're now heading along the A607 to Waltham on the Wolds, and in about 5 minutes we're going to be turning left across this field and up to those farm buildings. But we've just got to dodge all these vehicles at the moment. I was just thinking, obviously I don't understand all these areas, that's why I'm always getting lost, but still in the Wolds around here, but you're coming to Waltham on the Wolds, which is a link to my walk that I did a couple of weeks ago when I go around Burton on the Wolds and Wymeswold and Presswold. So still covering all the wolds around this area, which is interesting. I'm sure there's going to be more walks around here involving the wolds, so just be discovering more churches that are shut. So after being walking on the A607 for about half a mile, you see a sign, quite weathered. You turn left here, you'll see the old farm, well, the barns over there. You turn left and you head down here to obviously an easy access gate where it's all chained up. But luckily, we can get round it. So just head round here. And I think we're no more than 3 miles. We should be back at the car, or at least back at the pub within the hour, hopefully. A little bit strange around here, going straight through a farmyard with all the barns. So we head straight down there, and the yellow way marker is just there. But we're going to be heading down there, and you can smell silage around here. I love the smell of silage. I know you can't see this, I keep saying that. I know you can't see this on this camera because, do you know what, if you want to do videos like this, I wouldn't actually recommend a GoPro 13 Black because you can't zoom in, it's not very good in the dark, But if you look over there very carefully, you can see the yellow way marker. So it's just going across this field. We've been through there, and as you can see in the distance, obviously not in this camera, you can't see in the distance, you can see the aerial. So we carry on this way. Just had to cross over another electric fence. It's amazing, like I've said before, how many electric fences are actually on this walk. Really, they should make it a bit more easier for people, for ramblers, to get over these fences. But we've just got to head up here, and there's another yellow way marker, just in case you think we're trespassing. We're not. Once you get to the top of this hill, there's another yellow way marker. So there's that yellow way marker I've just been talking about, and the next one's there. We're now coming up to Goldsmiths Grange. It feels a bit strange when you have to walk through somebody's farmyard, but once you get through here, we should be coming up to the medieval village, hopefully. And once you've gone through the farm, you turn to your right and you can see a yellow way marker. We're going to head up here, and we're about, I'm going to say half a mile, but it'll probably end up being about 3 or 4 miles before we get to the Trig point. So Wycomb Trig point is just up here. And we're going to do the decent thing, and I think we're going to walk around the edge of the farm, the field. Typical of a farmer, the path goes straight through this field, but we did the decent thing and walked around the edge, down there, and then we go through here. So the path really does go that way there, but we can't see anything. But we're now going to go through here. Looks like another field with all its crop, across a little rickety bridge. Actually, it's quite sturdy. And straight up, but I think we'll do the decent thing. In fact, I can see the yellow way marker over there, I think. But I don't know. Look at this, it's just grass. Looks like other people have been through. This trig point must be one of the loneliest trig points that you've actually visited, all on its own. Well, now coming up to the 44th, depending what order you're going to put all these things in, but I had the Clack Hill trig point last week, which isn't even in the book. So it's quite worn away around here, quite a lot of the base on display, so you can't quite see the top. As you can see, you've got the spider, got the plate, S4, do you know what, quite tiring, this is S4642. So it's in good condition, in fact it's in brilliant condition, apart from quite a lot of its base is shown. Looks like you could actually push it over. The views around here are lovely, all around the wolds. You can actually see for miles. But that's my 44th trig point. It's nice up here. Like I keep thinking, one of my favourite times of the day when you get to see one of these, you get time to stand still, taking the views and reflect. From here you can see for miles across Leicestershire. It's that perfect moment to pause, to feel the history under your feet and let your mind wander. May even consider how tiny we are in a world that has been shaped for centuries, almost like something out of a Lovecraft story. We've not got that far to go now. There's Scalford just in the distance, you can see the church. We might actually take a visit to the church. Hopefully it'll be open, but I doubt it. So again, I'm sounding negative then. It will be open. Positive thinking, that's what it's all about. Get out, enjoy the countryside and think positively. So the path led us through there. Didn't really want to walk through the field. When you get to the end, you've got another yellow way marker. And as you can see, you've got the church just over there that we're going to have a little look at. But we've got to go over here. Obviously it's going to be easy access. Hang on a second. God, I sound like a right old man.
You are right.
And I think here we are. Look, we can get through here. Watch out for that. We've got to head over there somewhere. I was hoping that we could have got through there, but it looks like we're going. So heading down here now, then up to the church. And if the pub comes first, the pub. So that's the path just through there. And it takes us up through there. That's almost as bad as the one that we had at Old Dolby. Was it Old Dolby or Great Dolby? Great Dolby. Nice little find. Scalford Spout, restored in the commemoration of the Queen's Silver Jubilee, 1952 to 1977. I'm sure the King finds out about this, he'll want it closed down, not environmentally friendly. That's nice. I wonder if it's drinkable.
Right.
So we're going to give it another go trying to get into this church. So we're back at the Egelwin church. We're going to see if we can go inside now. We've already found the benchmark, but let's see if we can actually get inside and even film. And that looks like the way it used to be the old cross just there, but it's obviously over the years broken. So probably used to be a cross just on there. In the heart of Scalford, St Egelwin's church stands as a beacon of medieval heritage. Founded in the 12th century, its weathered stone walls and Norman arches whisper tales of faith across 9 centuries. Surviving upheaval from Reformation to wars, this sanctuary has anchored the community, hosting baptism, weddings and quiet reflection. Today, it remains both a cherished landmark and a living testament to resilience, where history and hope intertwines under its timeless spire. Don't know what this is, but it might be the old mechanism for the old clock. Not really sure, but it looks interesting. There's the organ. But unfortunately, I've not seen any carvings about the Green Man or any Apotropaic markings. Don't know where the font is. Well, there's the font. That looks like a relatively new font made out of marble on an old base. There's no markings on there, apart from them. Obviously I'm not religious, so I don't know, I'm sure that's Jesus baptising one of his disciples. Like it's interesting in these, I reckon that's stonemason markings, how they do all that. Oh, Wayne spotted that.
That's W.
In fact, Wayne just put that on there.
Yeah, it's W for Wayne.
In fact, there's Wayne and the T across the top there.
Wanker.
Oh, well, a second look at the benchmark in the daylight. So that's St Egelwin's Church, or Egelwin's Church in Scalford. Don't see tombstones or gravestones like that all that often. Hi, thank you for joining me on this walk. We've done almost 15 miles. We didn't get to see many churches, but we managed to go to the first church that we visited at the end, and we managed to get in there and have a look round. But apart from that, we've got plenty of benchmarks, but now it's time for that pint at the end. So if you enjoyed this walk, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week. Until then, bye.